Welcome ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about the Magicka Dragonknight PvE build for Clockwork City. You see our stats are pretty good, we're using the Apprentice Mundus Stone. This setup is optimized for dungeons and trials. If you want to play solo, maybe better choose the lower Mundus Stone. Very important. In the second part of the video I will just do a quick target dummy parse, so you can see the rotation and we just quickly analyze the combat metrics. Race. Dark Elf, definitely the best one, you get more flame damage and 9% max Magicka, 6% here, 3 here. High Elf will be the second best choice and the Breton the third best choice. Buff food wise, you can use this here, you should be able to sustain. In case you still have problem, use Witch Mothers, another good option. And even when we use Witch Mothers, you see, we still have decent health level and good max Magicka, but we get a lot of Magicka recovery, which is nice. Then, here, on my website, I will put the build link into the description. I have a few combos, this is just one option. Burning Spellweave. Walk-in, you also can run Groftar, just make sure Divine and Magicka enchant. 3 Moondancer with spell damage and the Moondancer Inferno stuff infused. You can run a Shock or a Fire Glyph. And the Maelstrom Lightning Nirnhound on the back bar, weapon damage. Why Nirnhound? Because this is our AoE bar. We put our dots and then we heavy attack. So our abilities will do more damage because we have more spell damage from Nirnhound. That's the reasoning behind this. Champion points. Basically, like I have them listed on my website, it's more or less always the same. You need to decide how much you want to put into erosion, because once you're at your penetration cap, you don't need more, so you can place them maybe in Master at Arms. 75 points here is important because of the Exploiter passive. And yeah, nothing special. First thing first, very important. Ancient Knowledge. So, Flame Staff, increase your single target damage. Shock Staff, AoE. The first part. Gain bonus effects while you have a Destruction Staff ability slotted. So you need to have Fiery Rage here, otherwise you will not get the 8%. We have the Blockade of Storms here. Very important. Single target dot also heals for a lot. Engulfing Flames, another dot AoE. The 10% extra fire damage works for the whole group. Remember? Then Flame Lash. Our ninja DK move. When you look at it, it changes the symbol when off balance procs. See, and then he does. When this procs, this ability costs 0 Magicka. That's why we can sustain so easily. Volatile Armor. Now, I run this because Magicka Dragonknights are melee. You get more damage. It also returns a little bit of damage to the enemy and it buffs your resistances, which is nice. You also could run Destructive Reach if you prefer, but this here is very expensive, but it's another option to get a little bit more single target DPS. Okay, there. Inner Light, 7% max Magicka, you get 5% from the ability and 2% from Magicka Controller. Very important. Fiery Rage, use this on trash fights, on huge AU, when there is a lot of mobs. It will deal a lot of damage. Back bar, Blockade of Storms. Is one of the stronger dots. You could run a second fire stuff, but we're not running Impulse. Why I run the shock heavy attacks. Eruption, another AoE ability. Harness Magicka, you need this. Otherwise you will die in raids, trust me. Gives you 12k shield. Actually really good. Rearming Trap, You also want this to get more minor force, so you critical damage, get more critical damage. And Flames of Oblivion. Also deals a lot of damage, and the Standard of Might, which is still probably the strongest ultimate for a Magicka Dragonknight. If you don't want the Blockade of Shock, you could run this on the front bar to get the Blockade of Fire. But if you want to remain the shock stuff here, option. But then you need to swap out the staves. Like, you need to make sure the Blockade of Storms of Fire is on your Maelstrom buff. Otherwise, you will not get the Maelstrom buff. Very important. I do have rotation on my website. Now let me actually use this. So this is just quickly to show the rotation. Magicka Dragonknights have a little bit more complicated rotation. But the thing is, when you look at this has 18 seconds. This is 15 seconds cooldown. You only need to use this every 15 to 18 seconds. That's the thing. Now the rotation, a little bit more complicated. I wrote it up on the website, so there it should be kind of understandable, but let's just go for it. See how it goes. I hope I'm not gonna make too much mistakes. So you can see we apply all the dots, then we whip 5 times, we reapply Blockade of Storms, we whip twice, reapply those dots, weapon swap, and reapply the long dot. Probably a little bit hard to explain, so just check out the website. Now to quickly analyze the parse, you can see everything basically is flame damage except Blockade of Storms and the charged weapon and the shock light attack. Valkyne did 1.3k. Now our crit, we had an average of 46% spell crit, and overall let me see. Oh, sorry, no. We had 45, so it's pretty accurate actually. Then vulnerability was at 65 because of the charged weapon and Blockade of Storms. That's 8% more damage at 65% of the fight, and off balance is 10% more damage. Proc 23 times the 69% uptime. Burning. So burning can proc from any flame ability, right? And here you see you have a 15% chance to apply the burning status effect. So the spell weave is actually a really good option, and it just deals a lot of damage. It's 2k damage. Insane. You could also get it from the flame glyph on your weapon in case you chose to run a fire glyph instead of a shock glyph. That's just another option. Other than that, let's see. Not sure. Yeah, and you have seen the sustain with the health Magicka food it was more than easy to sustain. Pretty simple. But again, if you have problems, then maybe run Witchmother's Brew. I hope that helps a little bit. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comment section below. Make sure to not forget to subscribe, and if you found the video useful, please hit that like button. Till then, thank you for watching and have a nice day. Cheers.